Hello, it's your boy Jeffrey Gard here with the Whole Traveler, and I am at Newark Airport. I am at Terminal C, and I am traveling today internationally on a Polaris flight from Newark to Tokyo. 14 hours, lucky me. So the airport looks so far so good. The skies are clear, which is amazing because it's been like rainy for like the past 45 days. So today we have clear skies and everything looks like it's, going good. So far so good. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything crossed. It's Newark. So I'm here to cover Terminal C and show you the Polaris experience, the lounge, and then I'll cover the flight as well. And I'll just kind of cover some general areas of Terminal C just to give you an idea of, is it crazy? Is it a complete hot mess? Or has Newark gotten itself together? Newark, I really hope you've gotten yourself together because I need this to be a smooth flight because I am tired. I'm glad I asked. You don't just check in the regular Premier Access area if you're flying Polaris, you're going to use Global Reception. It seems like a swankier affair. Let's check it out. I misheard the woman who directed me. I thought that was like a swanky little private ensuite for Global Polaris. It's not. It's her Global Services, which I don't even know what that is. But this behind me is Polaris. I was about to go, and she's like, "Sir, where are you going? I thought you were Polaris." And I was like, "I am. Isn't this Global Reception?" She's like, "No, Polaris is over there." So I don't get to use a swanky little boutique office there. Oh well. That check-in experience lasted less than 5 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. A+ United, that Global Polaris check-in, it was self-check-in. I scanned my ticket, my printed ticket, got everything ready, put the printed tag out, and I'm ready to go through security. Security doesn't look too bad. My goodness, could this be an amazing trip? So far, so good. It's so hard to believe. All right, I gotta do security now. So I just cleared security, and I have to say it was as painless an experience as you could want. I was in and out literally in about 5 minutes, 6 minutes max. Traveling on a holiday, it's Juneteenth, and but there doesn't seem to be a lot of people here. It's not a madhouse like Newark normally is, and so that's really good. I'm really happy about that. But the flight is so far so good. Like the horror stories that have been coming from the news of like Newark's meltdown, it's just not here right now. I don't see it at all. The security point was nice. The TSA agents were very nice. They're very accommodating. And I was in and out, no problems. The United check-in experience was painless. It's all been painless and fast. So far so good. I'm going to step into the Polaris Lounge now to show you around because I don't want to be out here if I don't have to be. It's not that it's bad, but it's just, why be here when you can be in Polaris? So we're going to cover that, and I'm going to give you the scoop and the comps and compare it with what Delta One Lounge or the Virgin Clubhouse might look like in comparison to what United's Polaris at Newark has. So the Polaris Lounge in Terminal C at Newark Airport is good. Is it excellent? No, but it's good. And by good, I mean it's definitely not bad. It just doesn't reach the level of some of the best lounges out there. It's not in the same league as Delta's Sky Club or the Delta One lounges. But interestingly, I would say that it's still better than the Virgin Atlantic Clubhouse at JFK. From a technical standpoint, the Polaris Lounge is well designed. The materials are upgraded, the finishes are polished. Think woods, leathers, marble, and there is a chic and sophisticated look that feels appropriate for an international business class lounge. On the surface, it looks impressive. But my biggest criticism is that the Polaris Lounge feels like an imitation of Delta's lounges. And unfortunately, it's a noticeable step down from something like a Delta One lounge. Kind of like the real thing versus the Temu thing you buy on the cheap.
A great example of that difference is the artwork. Polaris has artwork, but it feels generic, almost like something you might find at a Home Goods. It doesn't feel curated, and it doesn't feel intentional. Delta lounges do something very different. Their artwork is tied to the local region, featuring artists from that area. This gives their spaces a real sense of place and culture. You feel connected to where you are through the use of their art galleries, which I think is genius. In the Polaris Lounge, the art feels more like decor than storytelling. It's similar to what you see in so many of the United clubs as well, design that just feels mass-produced rather than thoughtfully curated. The restaurant area also tells a similar story. Polaris does have a sit-down dining space, but compared to the Delta One Bistro, it feels like a watered-down version. The food is good, but it's not memorable. You're not walking away thinking, wow, that meal was just incredible. Then there's the layout. The space here actually feels smaller and more confined than Delta One. I don't know the exact square footage, but the way the room is configured makes it feel tighter, a lot tighter. In the morning, like right now, it's comfortable because there are fewer people. But in the afternoon and evening, when I've been here, and for international flights, the lounges get packed, and when that happens, it starts to feel like you are packed in like sardines. It's not fun. Part of this is the seating layout. The rows are arranged almost like airplane aisles, which only amplifies the feeling of being crowded. I don't need to be reminded of what an airplane feels like. Certainly not at a lounge. What Polaris really needs is a redesign that breaks the space into multiple zones. Lounges like the Centurion and Delta Sky Clubs and Delta One lounges that use transitions between rooms and smaller environments to make the overall space feel so much larger. That is definitely something Polaris could learn from. So overall, how would I rate it? I'd give the Polaris Lounge a solid B, maybe a B+. It's not an A-tier lounge like Delta One or Turkish Airlines flagship lounges, but it's still very good. And for a pre-flight experience, it's definitely a comfortable place to spend some time before boarding.
So this is turning out to be a really good start to the flight. One of the things that I think United does exceptionally well is configure the spacing. I really like their Polaris pods. There's a lot of space and it's engineered in a way that makes a lot of sense. There's spaces where you want spaces to be and the spaces are ample, and I really appreciate that. And shout out to the pajamas. When you have a flight that I think is over 12 hours or 13 hours, you get pajamas, and these are a must. They're comfortable. And where I feel like United really excels is in this service experience. You have little touches. Like, of course, you have the really big pillow, which is really nice. But you also have the gel pillow, which I really like too. This gel pillow is really good for lumbar support if you want to put it behind your lower back to support that. And then there's just, really nice things. I mean, also the crew is fairly A game here. They're really nice. They're very accommodating. I went up and I asked for some pajamas. Really, I know to do that at the very start before everybody else realizes there's even pajamas to be had. And they were immediately like, oh, okay, let's get you a size. This is what I recommend. I'm not telling you my size. And So, that was really nice to get that all set up, and so I really appreciated that. So far, it's going very well. Let's see what's on the menu for this. Oh, I ordered the beef. I pre-ordered the beef, which you can order, and then there's a middle of the flight snack that comes like I think grilled cheese and tomato soup or something, and then an end of meal. But I'm being really specific because this flight is 14 hours. I am following ChatGPT's directions on what needs to be done in order to synchronize your body clock with Japanese Standard Time, JST. So I'm going to be up for the meal, the first evening meal, and then I'm taking a sleeping aid so I can go to sleep. And going to sleep, I'm going to try to sleep for about 6 to 7 hours, and then I'm going to wake up for the rest of the flight. And then as we get out, as we land in Japan, I'm not going to have sleep. I'm not going to sleep, not going to nap. I'm going to stay up. I'm going to try to immerse myself in sunlight to remind my body to stay up. You gotta stay up. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. So that's really what I'm going to try to do at the moment. So yeah, let's hope it all goes well. I downloaded 3 of my favorite movies. I didn't realize this, but 3 of my favorite movies are set in Japan. Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2. If you know me, you know Black Mamba. I'm with you, Beatrice Kiddo. And Quentin, where's Volume 3? Just asking. And then Lost in Translation. So hopefully I'll be able to watch all 3 of them on this 14-hour journey. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna start off though. I can't watch it now just because you can't do that well. Like the plane's taking off, they get mad.
So here's my in-flight review of the United flight from Newark to Tokyo, and honestly, the story of this flight begins with one person. The chief purser on this flight, her name was Anne, I believe, delivered what was easily some of the best in-flight service I've ever experienced on United. In fact, it was one of the few United flights that has stayed memorable for all the right reasons. Anne was the kind of flight attendant who made you feel like you were a guest in her home. From the moment the flight began, you could tell she was fully in charge, making sure every passenger was taken care of and that her entire team was delivering the same level of attention and professionalism. And she absolutely over-delivered on that promise. Unfortunately, this level of service has been pretty rare in my experience flying United internationally. Most of my flights have simply haven't reached this standard. The only other time I experienced something similar was on a flight to Hawaii, where another exceptional purser created the same sense of calm and professional hospitality. And that makes a huge difference, if you know. I've always believed that when you get a truly superstar flight attendant, it can completely transform the flight experience. You could be sitting in a plane held together with duct tape, but if you have someone at that level of professionalism taking care of you, the entire journey feels elevated. And that was exactly the case here. The food itself was good, it wasn't mind-blowing, but it was well prepared, nicely presented, and served smoothly so I could enjoy my meal watching movies. Later in the flight, I tried one of the snacks, a tomato soup with a grilled cheese, and a flight attendant actually came by and asked if I liked it. That small moment of follow-up service really stood out to me because it's something I rarely experience on United flights. The in-flight entertainment selection was also solid. I mostly watched my own movies, but I did discover a Japanese film called Blue Period that I absolutely loved. You have to check it out. It's about a Tokyo high school student who dreams of becoming an artist and works relentlessly to get into a prestigious art university. Watching this journey gave a fascinating glimpse into Japanese student culture and just how intensely competitive the academic system can be. I found myself rooting for him by the end. We were all rooting for him. Before I knew it, the flight was over. And honestly, I didn't want it to end. It had been such a comfortable and enjoyable journey. And that's why I'm especially grateful for this flight, because unfortunately, the return trip was the exact opposite. It was such a different experience that it actually changed my preferred airline going forward. I'll explain it in the next video. But for this flight, I just want to say this. If Anne was truly the chief purser on the Newark to Tokyo route, United should know that they have an exceptional professional on their team. She delivered a world-class service, and she's exactly the kind of person who makes an airline memorable for all the right reasons.